Hello, friends. Welcome back to Bookshelf Diaries. I am author Deanna Martinez Bay, and today we are going to talk about my writing process. So, I have a total of 18 books that are currently published, and I definitely have a writing process that I can share with you. So, that's why I'm here today to share that process with you. So, I'm also going to share some tips and tricks on how to stay motivated as an author. So, excuse me. So, let's get right to it. Okay? So, to stay organized, what I do is I use a new notebook to outline each book that I am writing. So, every time I'm about to start a new book, I go out, I buy myself a new notebook, something that inspires me to write the particular book that I'm writing, and I always use a pink pen to write my outline. So, what I do with this outline is I create my characters and I write an outline for each chapter. So, at the beginning of the notebook, I create all of my characters with all of their characteristics and their quirks and all that entails. This way, if I ever forget anything, maybe halfway through the book, I can go back and read what I need to know. And it works out perfectly for me. So I do that at the beginning and then I outline each chapter. So the outline can be as detailed or basic as you'd like, but this is what helps me glide through each chapter with ease when it's time to write them. So the way that I write my outline is fairly detailed, but I don't write it with so much detail that I can't make changes or pivot whenever I need to. So for me, again, I have a certain place that I like to write. I used to write at my desk, but the problem with that was I was also working at my desk doing other things. So it wasn't a special place for me to write when it was time to write. So, what I do now is I have a setup in my room and I have one of those sit up pillows with the arms, and I also have a cozy heated blanket on the bottom of my bed, like on top of my bed, but I sit on the blanket. So, clearly, yes, I do write from bed. And I bought one of those wooden tables that I can put over my lap so that I'm not hurting myself or looking down like this and hurting my neck or hurting myself by having to hold up my hands to work from bed. And it works perfectly for me. I recently just recommended it to a new friend of mine who's also an author, and she loves it because she was having the same issue. She was writing from her desk, from the computer where she works her day job, and it wasn't anything special. She didn't look forward to sitting down to write. This way, you can look forward to it. I usually make a cup of hot tea or whatever I might be in the mood for, and I have it there, and I sit down and I write on my laptop, and it's perfect for me. So that's a bit of my writing process. I am a very, very organized individual. So I do like to have the room clean. That's very important for me. I'm able to focus better when the room is clean. And I do like to have peace and quiet. Now, something that I've recently started doing is I put YouTube on my television and I put up one of those pretty winter scenes with like a log cabin or maybe a cozy room with like blankets on the couch. I like the cafe scenes and it plays like light jazz music or just something very comforting. Actually, I have one on my TV right now, but I muted it. I just didn't want any copyright issues with the music. And that just creates a warm atmosphere. I also have like twinkle lights in my room. I make sure that they're on. I have a salt lamp. I make sure that that's on. And I have a diffuser that diffuses essential oils. Sometimes I'll put that on as well. And I just create a nice cozy atmosphere for myself. So hopefully that encourages you to find a cozy, happy place for you to write. Because I have to tell you, friends, it does make a difference in my writing. I can see it, I can read it, I can hear the tone. Huge difference. So I like to be warm and cozy and comfortable, and that is my best advice. Okay, so let's talk about some actionable tips to help us stay motivated as writers. So, first of all, set achievable goals, friends. I know you've heard this over and over again, but there's so many times I hear people setting these unreachable goals like, oh, I want to write 20,000 words a day. Okay. And maybe for you that's achievable, but if I'm being totally honest and transparent with you, and something you'll get to learn about me is that is me. I am honest and I'm transparent. I don't hide things. um, that's not an achievable goal for me. So for me, an achievable goal would be, okay, I am going to sit down to write Monday, Wednesday, Friday at such and such time. And I don't even put time limits or word limits, or word goals on these goals, because I just write until I'm done. And that's the best way for me to put it. And so setting achievable goals, though, has definitely carried me through and kept me accountable and kept me on track. So you can break your writing into small, manageable tasks. If you want to do a word count, maybe try something like 500 words a day, or maybe completing a chapter a week. But celebrate these small wins when you achieve them. Share them with people that are writers, or post them on social media. Just celebrate these wins because they're important. And writing 500 words a day or a week, or completing one chapter a week, whatever it is, that's going to get you to your end goal, which is completion of the book. Okay? Alrighty, so create a routine. I am a huge fan of routine, and dedicate specific times each day to writing. A consistent schedule builds discipline and makes writing a habit rather than a task. And it makes it, and like I said, like writing from bed or writing from a cozy spot and creating a nice, warm, and comfortable atmosphere makes us want to go back to writing time and time again. I think that's very important, that you enjoy your writing space. All right, so let's elaborate a little bit on rewarding yourself. So set up a reward system for your milestones, and you can make your milestones whatever you want them to be. For example, treat yourself to a coffee. Yes, that's a big one for me. Or maybe your favorite snack, or a short break after finishing a draft. After you meet your word count or your word count goal, celebrate by rewarding yourself. And whatever you consider a reward, go for that. For me, it would be ordering a coffee from Dunkin'. It would also be maybe baking some cookies and enjoying a couple of those cookies. So just whatever your reward system is, stick with it and reward yourself. You could even just have this thought. If you are into like essential oils and things like that, like I am, treat yourself to a new one at your milestone. All right. Surround yourself with inspiration, and we've definitely, touched on this as far as creating a comfortable and cozy and welcoming writing environment. But this goes a little bit further. So by surrounding yourself with inspiration, let's focus on reading books in your genre, watching author interviews. I have been watching Stephen King interviews like they're going out of style, friends. He is amazing. He is not only an amazing author, he's an amazing speaker. He can like read the newspaper and I'd be like this. It's amazing. So anyway, watch author interviews, or join writing groups for encouragement. So connecting with like-minded individuals does reignite your passion. So every month I have a writing group. It's a writers and content creators group that we meet. And it's amazing because we all feed off each other's positive energy, and it's very encouraging. You can talk to people about writing and they're going to get it, which is also fantastic because I don't know about you, but my family and friends that aren't writers, like, they try to get it, but how can you really get it if you don't do it? You know what I mean? All right. Lastly, but definitely not least, focus on your why. So think about that for a moment. Remind yourself why you started writing in the first place. Keep like an open sticky note on your computer or your phone, or just, a note app. Create a vision board of your goals and your dreams as a writer to stay grounded in your purpose. So I've created a vision board. It's never too late to create a vision board. I did mine at the beginning of the year, and I actually added a word to my vision board. And the word is focus. That's my word. I don't make a word. I don't come up with a word, generate something every year. But this year, at my writers group, we were creating vision boards using Canva. And I had a word come to me, so I went with it, and my word was focus. And that's what I need to do this year. I need to focus. So hopefully my actionable tips have helped encourage you to stay on track and continue with your writing. And I hope that maybe by sharing my writing process with you, it's inspired you to maybe create a new writing process, or maybe just tweak the writing process that you currently have. Whatever the case may be, I hope that you found this helpful, and I would love to know about your writing process in the comments. Please share with me, because we can all learn from one another. After all, this is AuthorTube, and we are a writing community, and so we're here to help one another. And so please just leave a comment with your writing process, or maybe an actionable tip that I didn't mention that you'd like to share, because I would actually love to hear it. Okay, friends, have a great day. See you next time. Get to writing.